Hi besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, hello, I am Jazz. I'm a Latina content creator here on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. But today we have a very interesting video that I feel like people do not talk too openly about, and that is body hair. I'm talking about every section of your body. If you know, you know. If you have these hair genes, it's like your hair just grows out of any random spot in your body, and that is completely fine, okay? That is normal. So just as a disclaimer for this video, I am not saying there's anything wrong with body hair. Body hair is completely normal. It is natural. But this is a video for those who want to learn more about maintenance, want to learn more about care, because now that I am 24, there are so many things that I did not know before that I know now, and I wish I had like a big sister to tell me like, hey, don't do this, don't shave here, or shave with this instead. So I'm gonna act as your big sister, and I'm gonna teach you all about body hair care. And I've got my little Thai iced tea. I learned how to make it myself. Well, I learned from TikTok, of course. It is so good. Alright, we are going to start talking about the body hair. We're gonna start from the head to the feet. Starting with your head hair care routines. I'm not gonna go too in depth with this because I have two great videos talking about my hair type, how I take care of my hair, and also trying to guide you through figuring out what your hair type is. So that is the first step. You need to figure out what your hair type is, because otherwise you're probably using the wrong products, you're not doing the right routine. You will never understand your hair, you will never like your hair if you do not figure out what your hair type is. So number one, is your hair naturally wavy, curly, or straight? I have naturally wavy hair. I have a whole hair care routine up on how to take care of your wavy hair. The other thing you want to know about your hair is it low or high porosity? Again, I have a great video on that up already. I have very low porosity hair. I did not know what that meant at all back in the day. Like, I did not know what my hair type was. Like, I did not know anything about hair porosity, that the products that I was using, the routine that I was doing was just all wrong for my hair. So when talking about hair porosity, whether that's low or high porosity, it basically means your hair's ability to retain moisture. So if you have low porosity like me, then your hair basically does not welcome water. Like, it's really hard for my hair to get wet. It always seems a little bit dry. It always seems a little bit like stringy. It seems like it's always weighed down. That definitely means you are using the wrong products, you're doing the wrong routine for your hair. So I definitely recommend you guys check out my video on hair porosity, especially if you suspect you might have low porosity hair, because I saw videos on it on TikTok and I started suspecting, hey, I could have low porosity hair, and it turns out that I did. You also want to know if your hair is fine or thick. For me, I have pretty fine hair, which doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have a lot of hair or that my hair is thinning. It just means my hair strands are really fine and delicate as compared to thick hair, which is a totally different routine. People with thick hair, honestly, like, blessed. Like, if you have thick, luscious hair on your head, I am jealous. I always try to fight my fine hair. I always try to pretend that I have thick hair and do certain hairstyles and bleach my hair, and it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I have fine hair, which just means it's more delicate. In general, no matter what your hair type is, here are some tips for hair care and scalp care that I literally live by, that I think is perfect for every single person. Doesn't matter what your hair type is or how much hair you have on your head, you need to be doing these things. First, you need to be oiling your hair and your scalp. Oiling your hair and your scalp is so good for you, specifically your scalp. I didn't start doing that until probably like 3 years ago, and I'm upset that I didn't do it before. It is so good for your scalp. I've seen so much growth, especially like in the baby hair area. I feel like I've never really had like full hair, like a full hairline, but ever since oiling my scalp, I've definitely seen some regrowth. I feel like my hair is stronger, it's silkier, it's shinier. So make sure you are oiling your scalp and your hair, especially your ends. If you have dry ends like me, I have very, very dry hair ends, so oiling my scalp has like changed the game for my ends. Speaking of your ends, you need to be getting a trim every 3 months, okay? I don't care how long your hair is. I don't care if you're not using heat. I don't care if you haven't bleached your hair. You need to be getting your trims. You know what happens when you don't get your trims is that your ends start getting split. No matter if you're not applying heat or bleaching it, split ends are just unavoidable. You will get them. And what starts to happen is those split ends start to actually split, and your hair starts to get really thin at the bottom, like really thin. So then it starts breaking off because it's so thin and delicate. You don't even grow your hair. You don't even grow your hair, like you're growing your hair, but it's like splitting and breaking at the ends. So it's just very unhealthy, and long term, you're gonna have to end up cutting way more than you ever wanted to if you would have just gotten your trim every 3 months. Every time you're using heat and bleaching your hair, you are weakening your hair strands. In general, you don't wanna be using a whole bunch of heat. I know that's like obvious, but I seriously, when I was younger, I was like, no, like it'll be fine. Like my hair will be fine. And now I'm like, I cannot believe I literally used to straighten my hair every single day, like straighten the heck out of it, and it was ruining my hair. I know some people like love bleaching their hair, love being blonde. That's fine, do you. Just make sure that you know that you are damaging your hair and you need to have a strict good hair care routine. Okay, I recommend products like K18, Kerastase, like good products that are gonna repair your hair, especially after bleaching it. And for those of you who have my hair type and you wanna bleach it, and you're like, I don't know, should I? I will always vote no. I'm sure you look beautiful with your natural hair, but if you really wanna do it, you're also young. Just do it. Hair will repair itself eventually. Like, it's fine. Bleach your hair if that's what you want, but I will always recommend to just rock the natural hair because it will always be healthier in its natural state. My next tip is to protect your hair at night. I used to fall asleep at night with my hair just like loose and down, and it would just be like swinging all over the bed. I would be like, my shoulder would get stuck on it. Like, it was the worst thing ever because it causes so much breakage. It causes me to like unintentionally rip out my hair. So what I do at night now is I oil my ends, which again is really good for you. I oil my ends and I put my hair either in a loose ponytail or a braid. So I try to do like a French braid. I know people that sleep with silk caps. I haven't gotten to that level yet. Maybe once my hair gets longer, I'll do that, but I just feel like that would be a little uncomfortable for me. But I don't know. You comment below in the comments if you use a silk cap or like, I don't know, some sort of cap to protect your hair. So make sure you're putting your hair in a protective hairstyle at night so it's not just loose and you're not just like elbowing your hair and breakage and all of that. And related to that, make sure you're also using a silk pillowcase. So make sure you're using something silky where your hair can just glide on it and just like no breakage. It's just silky, soft finish. And one of my last general tips, kind of a smaller tip but still so important, is when you get out of the shower, please do not tell me you are still using your towel. No. Make sure you are using a microfiber towel. That is going to be one of the best changes that I ever did for my hair. It seems like such a small, insignificant change, but my hair used to be so dry and brittle. And once I switched to a microfiber towel, I swear I just saw such a difference in my hair. Like, especially when I wore it wavy, it just looked so much better, healthier. The wave pattern was just so much prettier versus when I was using a cotton towel that was breaking my hair, drying out my hair, causing it to be frizzy and brittle. So make sure you're using a microfiber towel. If you don't want to go out and buy a microfiber towel, that's fine. Switch to a t-shirt. The t-shirt materials are so much softer, especially like the really comfy ones that you can sleep in at night. The shirts are so much better for your hair than a rough, big towel. So please switch from using a towel to a microfiber towel or a t-shirt. All right, moving on from the hair care portion of this video. Like I said, I didn't want to spend too much time of this video talking about hair care because this is not a hair care video. This is a body hair care video. Moving on to facial hair, I'm talking peach fuzz, sideburns, upper lip, brows, and lashes. Okay, that is the whole category of facial hair. First, let's talk about the peach fuzz or the sideburns. I definitely got blessed with peach fuzz right here, dark peach fuzz. Okay, so my mom never let me shave that growing up, which is fine. Fine, you know, it's a Latina mom thing. They don't ever let you shave. I don't know why, but she never let me shave my peach fuzz. She never let me shave my upper lip. I had to do that secretly, and she was like, why did you do that? And I was like, because people make fun of me. They used to make fun of me in school because I had upper lip hair. Listen, it's those same people that make fun of your upper lip hair that now ask for your brow routine. This is a package deal, honey, okay? We get the upper lip and we get the brows. I'm just saying. So to handle the peach fuzz area, what I like to do is I like to take take a twinkle razor. You can get a pack of them off Amazon, but you can also just buy them like at Target. I'm sure they have them even at like Dollar Tree. You want to make sure you're using a gentle razor, and what I like to do is I like to make sure that my skin is cleansed first. I wash my hands and then I apply an oil or aloe vera gel, just anything that's gonna provide that razor with some nice slip and like a buffer layer between the razor and your skin. You don't want the razor to be like shaving your actual skin. That's gonna mess up your skin. I hold my skin taut, which means I pull it back, and then in small movements with the razor, I'm just going in the direction of the hair, and that's it. That's literally all I do, okay? I do that for my sideburns, I do that for my mustache, and I do that for, I don't want to say mustache, okay? Let's call it upper lip area because it's not a mustache. It's not a mustache. And I do that for my peach fuzz area around my forehead and my brows, because you know that joke where they say like, oh, but your brow and your hairline connect. And I'm like, they do connect indeed, because I have peach fuzz. I mean, I can't help it. So I really like to make sure that this area is clean, and that is really all for the peach fuzz. I don't do much more, but you want to make sure that you're not overdoing it. Okay, I only do this like once a month. Again, make sure your hands are clean, your face is clean, make sure you're following it up with good skincare, and you will not break out if you do those things. If you don't do what I'm telling you, which is wash your hands, good skincare, make sure the razor is nice and clean too, sanitize, you will break out. You will break out. And then you're gonna come back to me, you're gonna be like, but it broke me out. And I'm gonna be like, well, did you wash your hands? Did you clean the razor? No. Then that's why you broke out. So make sure everything is nice and clean and you're following it up with good skincare, and you will not break out. Now, moving on to my eyebrow routine. A lot of you guys love my eyebrows according to my comments. I don't know who's lying in there, okay, but I think you guys love my eyebrows. I used to hate my brows growing up because they were so thick. People used to make fun of me, like I said, but now I'm like, wow, I love my brows. Like I was blessed with thick brows that I used to hate. I used to hate them. Like, that is crazy. So I'm gonna go through my brow routine very quickly. First of all, I wax them nice and clean. I really like to use the waxing strips just to make sure they're really shaped once a month, okay? Once a month, keep it nice and simple. I don't wax more than once a month, so I love to use the waxing strips. You can get them at Target. They're very nice and simple to use and really easy to clean up, so I love the waxing strips. So I wax once a month and I tweeze once a week, because my hair, especially my eyebrow hair, just grows so quickly that every week I find myself having to pluck hairs, especially if I want my makeup to look good. I don't want like a whole bunch of hair, stray hairs all over my like eyelid. So I make sure to wax once a month. I tweeze my hairs, especially the stray hairs, once a week. And then I also use the razor like I talked about before, the twinkle razor, just to clean up the peach fuzz. I do all of that in combination to keep my brows nice and clean, and I shape them myself. That is how I shape my brows. Now, accessories to brow hair care are laminations and brow dyeing. So I laminate my own brows. They are not laminated right now. Like, I haven't done a lamination in like a couple of months now. I think it's been like a solid 4 months. So the last time I laminated my brows, I used the Ardell kit, and my brows looked so good. Especially, you can't tell, but my brows, I have some hairs that just love to grow in the wrong direction. Like, they grow pointed down. Pisses me off. It really does. It pisses me off. And no matter how much brow gel I use, like, my brow hairs are like, no. So that is why lamination comes in handy, just to make sure that your brow hairs are growing in the direction that you want them to. Of course, that is something that you will have to get done every couple of months, because it does wear off and your hair will go back to normal. I do recommend getting that professionally done if you've never done it before. I don't want anyone to look at this video, try to do it themselves, and then burn their brows off and be like, that was your fault, Jazz. That was your fault. You told me to do it. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. So unless you trust yourself, I'm not held liable, but I was able to do it myself. Just be very careful, follow the instructions. Now, for your eyelashes, I'm gonna run through this very quickly because I feel like I don't have enough experience with eyelash treatments to speak on them. For example, I've never gotten my eyelashes tinted, and I've never gotten a lash lift. So with the lash lift, it's essentially the same thing as laminating your brows just for your lashes. Those are also the types of treatments that I don't trust myself to do on my own. So I'm also cheap, okay? I don't don't want to go pay to get them done. I just don't. So I'd have to go to a professional. Maybe one day I'll try it out, but for now I'm like, I'm good. Now what I do instead is I use a lash serum, and I use the Olaplex lash serum. The one I use by Olaplex has been amazing. It doesn't irritate my eyes, doesn't cause any redness, nothing. But please, if you are looking into using lash serums, do your research, make sure you're using a good one. Okay, we are done with the facial hair care portion of this video. The only thing I didn't cover was like nose hair. If your nose hair is like peeking out, please trim it. Please trim it, okay? All right, we are gonna start moving downwards, and we're gonna move into the underarm segment of this video. Now, for my underarms, I'm actually very excited about this part of the video because I always get asked about my underarms. Anytime I like lift, I'm not gonna show y'all my sweaty pits right now. Every time I lift my underarms and I'm wearing like a tank top, people are like, oh my God, your underarms, how are they so light? How are they so hairless? How are they? And I'm like, my routine is so simple, okay? We're gonna run through this. First of all, drop the cheap razor. Drop it. Thank you. Drop the cheap razors, okay? You need to invest in good razors, and good razors are a little expensive. They are. I love the Schick Hydro 5 razors. I don't know if that's how you say it. Schick. I think that's how you say it. I love those razors. They're marketed for men. I don't know why men get all the good stuff. I don't know why. The good deodorants, the good razors. No, I'm gonna use them, okay? The Schick Hydro 5 razors are so good, especially the ones that come in like, they have like new like disposable blades that you can buy. Like, it's a whole pack of them, and I'm telling you, it's expensive, okay? It's like 40 bucks, and it sounds like, what? That's insane. I have had that same razor that I use for my underarms and my legs to shave for literally like 4 years. I'm not kidding you. I've had that same razor for 4 years, and you just have to buy the blades, and I mean, you can buy them from Amazon. A pack of them is like 20 bucks. Best thing ever, okay? They never irritate my skin. I don't ever get ingrown hairs. I don't ever get irritation bumps, nothing. Those razors are the best. Please make sure you are investing in good razors, okay? You want razors that are sharp, not a whole bunch of razors, not 2 razors. Like, you want good quality razors that are just gonna that hair, like just you know what I'm saying? You want something to just glide and cut that hair off. So good razors are a must. For my underarms, I don't exfoliate. I don't believe in exfoliating your underarms. I really think that darkens the underarm area. It can cause irritation and hyperpigmentation. So I love to just leave my underarms alone. I personally just stick to good old deodorant because I sweat. Can't do the natural deodorant. I need those toxic chemicals that are gonna stop that sweat. So that's why I use the Dove deodorants. Those are my absolute favorite ones. The Dove Invisible Powder or the Dove Clean Original Powder, one of those. It's one of those underrated products that everyone thinks you need like really expensive deodorants and like $20, $30 deodorants. No, Dove is my absolute holy grail. So that is all that I use for my underarms, but the absolute biggest difference for my underarms, and the reason why everyone always asks me, how are your underarms so light? How come there's no hair? Is laser hair removal. I started getting laser hair removal almost about 2 years ago. I've done 8 to 10 sessions of professional hair removal, like down at a spa, and it really has changed my underarms. Okay, I used to have to shave like every other day, especially when I was wearing tank tops. If I didn't, girl, it did not look pleasant in there, okay? Like, I had to shave consistently, and the hair at some points, like especially freshly after a session, basically just stopped growing for like 2 months. It just stopped growing and all, and then it would start growing again, a little bit patchy, definitely like thinner, so it's not as visible. So I could go like 2 weeks without shaving and you wouldn't even be able to tell because the hair is just so fine and thin. However, I don't know if I'm gonna be the first one to tell you this, okay, but I have to break it to you. Laser hair removal is not permanent. I got 6 sessions done. That was what came in the package. I thought, you know what, I'm never gonna get underarm hair again. No, I needed touch-ups like every 5 months at least. I needed a new touch-up because the hair will grow back. It is not permanent. Once I figured out that I needed a touch-up every 3 to 4 months, I was like, you know what? I'm spending a little too much money on this. It's starting to get a little bit too annoying. So I decided to try out an IPL hair removal device instead. IPL stands for Intense Pulse Light Technology. And what it does is it basically applies gentle pulses of light at the root of the hair, which causes the hair to go into a resting resting phase. Over time, the hair falls out and it starts to grow less and less in that treated spot, resulting in smoother skin. This is a device specifically that I've been using. This is the Lumi by RoseSkinCo, which is also the sponsor of this video, but do not let that distract you from how amazing this device actually is. It is genuinely a staple in my beauty routine now, and I recommend it to literally anyone that is looking to minimize hair growth in any spot. I've been using this device for several weeks now in my underarm area, and I've definitely seen such a huge decrease in hair growth in that area, which makes me literally so happy because I don't have to go in for those annoying touch-ups anymore. There are 6 intensity levels to this device, and I started using it at about intensity level 4, and now I can go all the way up to the highest, which does not hurt. Trust me, it is not painful. I would describe it as like a little bit spicy, like a little pinch, like a little like spice, but it's nothing painful, nothing unbearable. And after like 2 to 3 sessions, I noticed that the hair started to get like a little bent, which means it's about to start shedding and falling out. If you've ever had laser hair removal, you would know what I'm talking about. Like the hair starts to get a little crooked. And now after several sessions, so about 5 to 6, the hair hasn't grown back. It is barely noticeable if it does grow back, and it grows back very thin, which is amazing because my skin just looks really smooth in my underarm area. Here's a clip of what my underarm used to look like. Mind you, this is after 5 days without shaving, which isn't a whole lot of time. And this is a clip of what my underarms look like now. Super smooth, clear, and no noticeable hair, and I haven't shaved at all since starting the sessions. I love how convenient this is. Like, it's super quick, it's super easy. You can literally just hold this in your hand. You can travel with it. You can do a whole body treatment in under 30 minutes, like underarms, legs, Brazilian, any other spots where you want to minimize hair growth, literally in under 30 minutes. As opposed to having to get in your car, drive somewhere, wait in the waiting room, fill out paperwork, pay, and get a treatment done. Really, if I had to choose between shaving, waxing, or the Lumi device, I would always 100 times over choose this device. Now that we've covered the underarm area, I want to talk about the arm area. Okay, arm hair. Let's talk arm hair, because this is one of those other things that I used to get made fun of so much growing up. I actually grew very insecure about my arm hair at some point, but I quickly got over it because I was like, you know what? You are a little boy. You are a little boy. You don't deserve me. I am a woman. Mind you, I was like 12 years old. Recently, I got into bleaching my arm hair because I honestly just wanted to give it a shot. I want to give it a try. I got curious as to what my arms would look like if my arm hair was bleached. And to be honest, I do like the look of my bleached arm hair. Like, I feel like my arms just look a little bit smoother. Like, the eye doesn't immediately get attracted to the hair because, like, with arm hair, people are gonna look at your arm hair, let's be honest. People are gonna look at it, it doesn't really matter. But like with bleached arm hair now, it's not so obvious, like it's not so in your face. I don't recommend shaving it. It's always gonna grow back more prickly, and your arms are not gonna be soft. Okay, you're gonna touch them and they're gonna be prickly. Do I recommend waxing? I recommend waxing over shaving, but it's kind of the same thing. You're gonna have hair growth. I'm not gonna say that it's gonna grow back thicker or darker because I personally don't believe in that, but I've seen people experience that. If I had to pick, I wouldn't recommend waxing or shaving. I would definitely recommend bleaching. It was so simple, it was so easy. I've done it twice now, and the hairs are pretty much blonde, barely noticeable, and they're still soft. Okay, they're not like prickly or anything. There's no new hair growth, and I mean, this has been lasting me for a couple of weeks now. I believe the first time I did it was like over a month ago, and then I did it again about a couple of days ago. Wonderful. I think I'm gonna be doing this for the rest of my life because it was so easy. It literally only took like 10 minutes, and it fixed that little problem of very noticeable dark arm hair. Now, moving away from the arms, we've got the next section of body hair. This one's going to be a little random, a little funny, but it is the happy trail. Okay, I feel like that is never addressed. It really used to irk me, and I have no idea why it irked me so bad, but one day I decided to shave it. That is genuinely the only spot where I've ever experienced hair growing back darker and thicker. It bothered me like before I shaved it, but it was peach fuzz. It was peach fuzz. One day I made the mistake of shaving it, and I swear, I don't know what happened, but it grew back darker and thicker. So I got laser hair removal done on that area. You can do that as well. I'm gonna be doing the touch-ups with this device as well because I really don't want it to grow back. Like, that's just the one spot that really irks me and I have no idea why, but I'm like, why is there hair there? Why is there hair there? I definitely recommend, if you want to get rid of it, bleach it. Okay, I should have bleached it from the beginning, like just lighten it or wax it if you really want to get rid of it, or laser hair removal. Please do not shave it because I made that mistake and the hair literally grew back darker and thicker. Okay, we are almost done. We're moving below the happy trail area into the Brazilian slash private part. Okay, your kitty, your little private parts areas. Okay, this is one of those areas that I swear is not talked about enough, and I want to normalize it a little bit more. I want to be your big sister and give you some tips, because I remember when I was younger and I first started growing hair there, I said, what the heck? The heck am I supposed to do with this? I made the terrible mistake of shaving with the razor. And if you're still shaving with the razor, you scare me. You scare me a little bit, because I'm like, what? I made the mistake of shaving with the razor. It was so itchy. I got ingrown hairs. I got bumps. I literally could not walk. Sometimes I was like, oh my god, this feels terrible. It feels like sandpaper. For me and for anyone else I know, shaving with the razor is like the worst thing ever. So let me tell you instead what I used to shave. I need you to go online and I need you to search up bikini trimmer. That is what you're gonna use. They're a little expensive, a little bit more expensive than a razor, but mind you, they're not disposable. Okay, all you have to do is charge it and you can use it for the rest of your life. I'm looking right now and there are so many you could pick from. I mean, there are so many options now. Back in the day, there was like 2 options at Target, okay? The first one I ever used was by Hydro Silk. It was the bikini trimmer by Hydro Silk, and genuinely it changed my life. It changed my entire life, okay? It got rid of the hair. It gets a really close to skin shape. It's not exactly like super smooth as compared to like waxing, for example, but it is, in my opinion, better than shaving. It gets a better shape than just using like a razor. Definitely, please switch to a bikini trimmer. If there's anything you are gonna take away from this video, it is that. Please switch to a trimmer. It will change your life. No ingrown hairs, no itchiness, no hyperpigmentation, no bumps, nothing. The trimmers are the best thing ever. The Hydro Silk is the first one that I ever used, but it randomly started dying on me one day and it was just getting really annoying to charge it. So instead, I switched to the Philips One Face razor, which is funny because that's another product that's targeted for men. It's actually for men's beards or men's facial hair. I don't care. I'm using it for my area down there because that thing is amazing. Go to Target. It's literally like 40 bucks, okay? Best thing ever. It's easy to travel with. It gets a really nice shave. It cleans you up. Again, no razor bumps. You can do it dry. You don't have to get in the shower and it doesn't have to get all messy. You can do it dry. Doesn't give you any razor bumps, irritation, nothing. It is the best thing ever. That trimmer is amazing. So please go to the men's section, look for that trimmer, and drop the razor. Once I switched to a trimmer, like I said, it genuinely changed my life, but I wanted to level up just one more level. So I did do full Brazilian laser hair removal down there. I got 7 sessions. It was great. Like I said, the only problem with laser hair removal is it's not permanent and the hair has slowly started to grow back in patches. It's really annoying. That's the only thing that like kind of annoys me a little bit. Is like, was the pain of going to get laser hair removal down there really worth it for the hair to just start growing back? I don't know if it was. All right, we're moving down to the legs area. That will be the final area. I keep it really nice and simple. I don't wax my legs. I do not do hair removal on my leg. My hair doesn't really grow that crazy down there on my leg area, but if yours does, then I definitely recommend looking into waxing or laser hair removal. I have a friend who does laser hair removal on her legs. The only reason why I've been discouraged to do laser hair removal on my legs, 1, because it's not permanent, but 2, because it's such a large area, it costs more. It definitely costs more because it's such a big spot in your body, or on your body I mean. But I keep my routine really simple. I exfoliate with the physical exfoliant before anything in the shower, and then I shave with my really good razors. Okay, the Schick Hydro 5 razors. Don't forget, no more cheap razors, no more disposable razors, ladies. Okay, put those down. I use a really good razor. I shave and then I make sure to moisturize after. That's it. That is literally it. I don't ever really get ingrown hairs. Every now and then I get a few irritation bumps. Just make sure you're using a really good lotion or a moisturizer. I love to use a good moisturizer with like retinol or an exfoliant just to keep my legs nice and smooth. But other than that, that is literally it for my legs. I don't do anything special, anything crazy. Alright besties, that is it for today's video. I know I just talked a whole bunch and I threw out a whole bunch of information at you, but I really just wanted this to be your body hair care 101 educational video with all the tips, tricks, everything you need to know about body hair removal, maintenance, whatever you want to call it. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Don't be shy. This is an open space, okay? Body hair is normal. It is normal. It is not gross. It is not unpleasant or anesthetic. It is normal. But yeah, besties, I hope everyone has a good day and I love you.